唐沢さん、
なかなか見る目あるじゃねえか。ここ座
れ。Yo, koso. What's good? What's up? What's up? What's up? My name is BLUSH, man. How you doing? How you been? I hope you had a great weekend. And if it's not the weekend, I hope you're having a great week. And if it's none of those things, well then, you have a great whatever your experience. Anyway, I'm gonna play more of The Council. I don't remember what was happening last time I played because I haven't played in maybe like 2 or 3 months. And I don't remember what part it is, so we'll just skip that and we'll continue. Episode 9, Face to Face, Diriche's Room. And if you don't know what this game is, it's a cool little cult game by Cyanide Studios, who made some other games at some point. It's run by the same people that made Vampire, or at least the same graphics engine. And yeah, that's it. We still got all of this terrible, terrible stuff in the room. And I know I can sprint in this game. Let me just remember how to do it. There it is. I don't know why I went with a fucking pirate accent all of a sudden, but there it is.
Slowly now. It's a miracle that you're still alive, so let's not force it.
Yes. Don't worry. The bastard really let me have it.
You have given us a fine lesson in courage, Louis. Can't say it's done you much good. But still, not everyone would have done it.
What's happened to Peru?
He has withdrawn into silence.
Paris.
Lord Mortimer gave him something to calm him down, and let's just say it was a healthy dose. He's locked in his room in a nearly catatonic state. We can't exactly say it's good for our business, Louis.
What do you mean?
We just lost a vote for Mortimer's cause at the conference.
I must admit that's not the first thing that came into my mind.
Don't get me wrong. It's not that I am indifferent to Peru's personal tragedy, but I simply can't forget the interests of my nation.
All is not lost. I have faith that Mortimer will find a solution. And I'm certain it won't be long before he lets us know what it is.
What would you say to a cup of herbal tea? It'll do you a world of good.
With pleasure.
With pleasure. My dude still is not where I need him to be on the cool factor side.
I'll listen to my mother.
Oh my god.
Not a day has gone by without something happening to me.
So, yo, stop talking about your mom the whole time.
Louis, open up, please.
Coming, Mr. President, I'm coming.
Louis. Ah, there you are at last.
Yes,
I just saw your mother. She was accompanied by Emily, and they both went into the Duchess's room. I tried to join them, but I was refused entry. Louis, this does not bode well.
Oh, shit. Emily might want to avenge your sister. I must act quickly.
You're right, Mr. President. Thank you.
Use a golden elixir to remove your negative alterations. Okay. So, from what I do remember, we're going to have that big meeting and decide the fate of the planet or something. And then I was on one side, and then I switched sides because the Duchess said, hey, I'll sleep with you if you switch sides. And I was like, you know what? I don't even like any of these people anyway, and I wasn't even supposed to be here. So I do remember I did that. And I do remember where my baby girl's room is, because I would never forget something so key to my storyline. Now, I'm sure it isn't like the other games I'm playing where I got a time limit. I should probably look around for some goodies, because I'm going to need...
A drachma.
Yeah, give me that shit. Give me some drachma. That's from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And it's called Drag Me, you dum-dum. You uncultured swine. Anyway. Yup, give me that.
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Give me that. I'm gonna take all the goodies around.
The Quorum Guide.
I don't give a fuck about a quorum guide. Give me elixirs. Give me potions. Or give me other things. Give me shiny things. Give me expensive things. And give me beautiful things. Preferably in the order of beautiful, then expensive, then shiny. Because you could give me a shiny penny and that ain't gonna do shit for me. I'm starting to get vertigo. Ugh. Nope. Alright, we got all the goods. Whoa, whoa. That was nothing. Yo, can you imagine how long it took the maids to put all of this shit in here? Like, if I'm walking down a hallway, does anybody even sit in here? In this chair right here? Or is it just to fill up the empty space? This is why mansions aren't good for you. Look at all this room. Even though he tried to fill it with something, like every fucking inch, like there's a love seat. There's a love seat. Tables. More tables. Another chair. Another love seat. Chair, table. Chair, table. That nobody sits in. Just fucking your thoughts, man. People don't understand that yet? Alright, baby. I'm down for a threesome, not a foursome.
I do believe that's Emily's voice.
I'm gonna have to kick my mama out. Knock at the door. We'll be polite. We'll be manly. Or gentleman.
Emily,
Gentleman-like.
Emily, are you there? Answer me. Emily.
Okay, don't knock like a stalker, bro. Just knock like a normal human being. Alright, we're going we're going full stalker
Can't
mode.
open it.
Fuck it.
It must be blocked on the other side. I'll have to find another way in. Quick.
How am I gonna find another way in? You want me to jump on the fucking veranda and hop my ass in there? Alright, because we'll do it. We don't give a fuck about it. I don't know when my voice just did that. About that. It was like simultaneous me trying to change what I was about to say and then spit. Oh, we're gonna search it.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
I have to get inside Emily's room through the... Shit! It's locked.
Pick the lock, you stupid son of a gun. That didn't make any sense, but fuck it, bro. Ooh. Yeah, I'm a brute now. And a real boy.
It's as if there are several people inside.
Once again, you're the one who's the victim in all this. What are you
A
about
letter from
now?
William
I should
Pitt
never
London,
have told you what
addressed
happened
to
to me.
me.
That's
As the
because
present
and you
Prime
know it
Minister
full
of
well.
two
I'm
quarrels
not that
circle the
naive.
law.
I know you inside out. Stop. We'll end up losing everything. Dear Gregory, thank you for the information. I've managed to find out about the names you gave me. George Washington is a man you can trust. In spite of his obvious talent for politics, he has remained upright and honest. On the other hand, as you may well know, he is already doing business with Lord Mortimer. It will be more difficult to approach him. Napoleon Bonaparte was unknown to me until today. He's a passionate young French soldier for whom Mortimer predicts a promising future. Take heed. He is a man of conviction, which to my mind makes him potentially dangerous. As for Sarah de Richet, what more is there to say? You already know each other. She was apparently invited by Lord Mortimer about an ongoing matter in Paris that concerns a receiver in stolen art. See you soon.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
A letter from William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter, a devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
The best disguised traits. Is Gregory the guy that got like the bird shit all over his face? Yo, put the gun down, girl. We don't gotta use violence.
What on earth is... You... Mother?
How dare you do this to me? You can talk. After everything I've done for you. You are joking, I hope. Right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Emma.
Oh my
Now
god.
that Louis is here, you will leave Sarah alone. Cease your revenge immediately. What? If you think you're going to... Louis, help me, I beg you. I can no longer reason with her. I am Emily. Quit playing games. What? Honestly, don't be ridiculous. No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart. After everything we've been through together.
Yes, well...
Don't you dare bring him into this. This is between you and me. I ask for nothing more, so stop taking it out on Sarah. You prissy little bitch! How dare you? Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? You are joking, I hope. I'm the one who told you everything that's been going on while you were away. Go on then. That's what you want, isn't it? You want to kill me. Go on then, shoot! After all the trouble I've
You can
gone
both
through
be
to
my
find
Emily. You just gotta
Go
chill.
on. What are you waiting for? Here, Louis, take this.
Wait, what's going...
An entire life for this. Go on,
Yo, Louis,
shoot.
you're failing.
Sorry, Louis, I can't shoot her. She's my sister. That's enough, Emma. Louis, out of the way. She's dangerous. Don't trust her. What are you trying to do? Louis, out of the way. I am not Emma. Come on, Louis, tell her who the real Emily is.
Wait,
That's right, Louis. I'm fed up with this little game. Tell him who the real Emily is.
Why do these things always happen to me?
Well, Louis, come on, you know how to tell us apart, right?
Yes, but... I'd like to ask you a few questions to make sure there's no doubt.
Rational and open.
No.
Let's see.
Louis.
How can I tell them apart?
Louis, you had
Wait, I've got an idea.
sex
On the
with
night of our
them.
arrival,
You just gotta have sex with both of them, and then you'll know, because you already had sex with Emily. If you if you were using your brain, you would come to this conclusion. On the night of our arrival, ask the twin in the front for show, because I think she's the imposter. Now, usually I'm wrong because I'm stupid, but let's hope not. What is my job? What happened to me? What did you give me? I don't remember any of this myself. How am I supposed to fucking... Alright, whatever.
who was with us on the wharf?
Cardinal Piaggi. He was with us from when we started traveling by ship. We arrived on the same boat. I already told her, Louis. Another question, then. I'm the one who told you.
Right. Let's find something else. Ah, yes. Let's speak about my arrival at the manor.
Who was already there at the chimney? Who stayed with who? What did we speak about?
On the night of our arrival, we were warming ourselves in front of the fire. Mortimer welcomed us in a very odd way. What happened?
It won't work, Louis. It wasn't Mortimer who welcomed us. It was Sir Gregory. Sorry, Louis. I already told her.
Or you gotta fucking tell her
Very
everything.
well. Let's try something else. On the first night, we went up to bed, but I wasn't tired. I went for a little stroll. Do you remember if we saw each other that night or not?
Not at all. Don't think you're going to get away with this deception so easily. I can assure you, you're going to regret pretending to be me once Louis has exposed you.
Right. I don't think I'll get very far like this. I'll have to find something better.
Oh, I don't think I'll even wait until he's finished.
Take it easy now.
Are you mad, Louis?
Lower your arm. I better act quickly if I don't want things to get out of hand.
Come on, she's putting one over on you. Look at yourself for crying out loud. You were prepared to shoot me down.
Louis, I already told you.
In the secret room behind the study. Talk to them about what you've been doing. Maybe they haven't spoken about it between each other yet. On the night of the disappearance of Elizabeth Adams.
What about it? What do you want to know about that night?
Vigilance, diversion.
We found ourselves in Mortimer's secret gallery. What did we find in that room?
A load of old junk that Mortimer had collected. A so-called Pandora's box in the form of an urn. An old sheepskin that he must take for the Golden Fleece. The Bible of Judas. Property deeds as old as the hills. And a broken old sword. You are wasting your time, Louis. She already knows all that. Of course I do. I was there. That's enough! I've had enough of this charade. Louis, there's only one way to tell us apart. There's just one thing I didn't tell her about in detail. Too bad for you, Emma. I didn't want it to come to this, but you leave me no choice. Ask her about you and I. You just lost, Emma. I indeed didn't tell you everything about it. Come, Louis. Speak about our intimacy.
Very well. Let's talk about us. Last night, you came to visit me, and I can't help wondering why. Why did you come to my room?
Louis, you must be mistaken. I did not go to your room last night, and that's where your little game ends, Emma. Because I never told you about it. So, there you can't answer. What? No! You didn't do that. I didn't want you to be jealous of Louis. Remember how you always used to react whenever you felt you were competing against a man? You dirty...
That's enough. I've had enough of this charade. That's enough, both of you. Now I know who the real Emily is.
Yo, look, my guy. My fucking guy, dude. Emily's behind me. That's baby girl.
You are Emily Hillsborough.
I knew you wouldn't get it wrong, Louis. No! You little bitch! Watch out, Louis! No!
Hell, what have I done?
See what you've done. See.
Louis? What on earth is going on?
Mother!
Go. You must leave. Everyone's going to arrive.
Louis, what's going on?
Duchess? Is everything all right?
Go! Go, Mother! No one must find you here.
Go. Come, Louis. There's nothing more you can do.
But I...
Leave us.
Emily, what's going on?
Mother, go to the crypt. I'll meet you there.
I'll be waiting for you.
Emily.
Madam, I'm coming in.
It was bound to end like this, Louis. Let me stay with her, please. Go, I'll cover you.
What? What are you doing there? Stop!
God damn it. Now what's going on?
Yo, that was okay. That was so soap opera-y. Soap operic. Alright, now I gotta go to fucking crypt and see my mommy. Oh. Is he there? That's blood. How do I get back in the room? Alright. Oh, it looks like someone left me some goodies.
A bicorn decorated with a cupcake, my dear son. I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Howley continues to steer our motherland, Corsica.
I read that already.
Good God. They're all here. They must have heard the gunshot.
Where is Lord Mortimer?
Can anyone hear anything?
It'll look weird if I don't approach them, so I'm gonna approach them.
You hear that? I was not dreaming, was I?
Certainly not, Duke Godoy.
What's going on?
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering. Gentlemen, go back to your rooms. Go back to your rooms. I shall find out from Lord Mortimer what this is all about. Thank you.
Okay, so while I try and remember my way to the fucking crypt, which I think... Do I know? Maybe I do. I'm gonna try and once again do one of my excellent Sherlock Holmes investigative thought processes where I tell you what I think is going on with the story, in which I'm never wrong. I have a 100% success rate, which is what get off the fucking thing, dude. Alright, so here we go. Prepare your small brains for this massive galaxy brain thought process. So what I think is going on is I think the whole thing is a ruse. I think it makes the most sense for Gregory and Lord Mortimer to actually be working together because from the way it was explained to me, they are the best of friends. And for the best of friends, what makes the most sense when you want to control the world and its politics and the ongoings is you form two seemingly opposing sides with opposing thoughts and ideas and feelings on a certain subject matter. So that way you know, because it's going to be hard if you two are like, hey, this is what we should do. In a group of people, there's always going to be like a couple people that are like, nah, I don't think we should do that. But if you have one goal and you tell your homie, you're like, all right, dude, so you're going to go on the other side, you're going to pretend to be against me, and that way we can smash all that shit together and eventually get it over to what we really want. That makes a lot more sense, don't you think?
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
I'm just gonna move away. So I think when they introed their little chess game to us, And, you know, fucking Gregory threw a little hissy fit, and he was like, eh. And kind of got up in a huff and a puff, in this little tiff. And they were like, this is how our games always end. And then Gregory was like, yeah, or how they start. I think that might be a little bit of evidence telling us that the whole thing to them is a game, and they might have a completely different ulterior motive. Because logically, it makes sense. Where's the crypt? There it is. But once again, I'm probably wrong, because I usually am about things. But that's just what I'm going with for the moment. Hey, get me out of the bush. Because if I was them, if I was an asshole, that's something I would do. Because then you raise your chances of success from varying to almost 100%. Get me out of here. And that concludes my this portion of Sherlock Holmes. Until the next episode. Watch, I'm gonna be fucking absolutely and completely wrong, as I normally am. Who lights these candles every night in a crypt? Can someone answer me that?
Louis! At last, there you are.
Mother, wait,
Get your hands off of me, woman.
Now we have to be quick.
No, wait, Mother,
Time is running out, Louis. First, we must...
No. That's enough. I won't go a step further unless you explain to me what is going on here. I'm begging you. Talk to me.
You must trust me, my son. You are not ready yet.
You're the one who should trust me. Tell me what's happening.
You would never believe me.
I came all the way here for you. Now I've found you. I'm ready, Mother.
If only. Louis, I have always taught you to keep your mind open and rational. I know you are going to find this hard to believe, but what I am going to reveal to you is entirely true. Many years ago, I found out that demons really do live among us.
I beg your pardon?
And that they can influence our thoughts.
Mother, listen to yourself. I know you're exhausted, but for crying out loud, listen to what you're saying. Demons? What next? An ancient monster with a head like an octopus? What do your demons look like?
Whoa.
Have they got
Don't call me
horns
out like that,
and a
dog.
pointed tail?
No, these are not creatures with billy goat's legs. Forget your Christian folklore. Imagine them more as parasitic spirits. They possess their hosts and direct them from inside.
Parasitic spirits?
Yes, they are capable of going from one body to another as they see fit, and 2 of them are present on this island.
Right. So let me guess.
Alright, so the boogeyman and Father Christmas, yo, that's kind of that's kind of lit, but that's gonna piss her off. So I'm gonna say, who's Godoy again? Woolner and Godoy, Washington and Bonaparte. No, they seem pretty earnest in the way they're doing things. Who's home? Man, I don't remember any of these motherfucking people. Woolner is the German guy. Washington and Bonaparte, I know them. I'm not that dumb. Boogeyman of Father Christmas is lit. Mortimer, I know him, but I don't remember who Home or Godoy are. Oh, Gregory Home. Okay, got it. And then Woolner and Godoy.
Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory, right?
You felt it too?
No, even if Home does look the part. But I don't know who else could do it, given that we're on their territory.
Many years ago, well before you were born, I crossed paths with one of them. Since then, I've spent my life trying to find it again. When we recovered the Al-Azif, I was persuaded that von Burchard was working for this demon in one way or another. But I thought he would hand the book to a middleman during this conference. That's where I made an error that could well turn out to be fatal. The one who Burchard was meant to give the book to was none other than the demon in person, Mortimer. Not to mention that Holm had sent Volner to get it for him.
Holm and Mortimer are demons?
They both seem to disagree about many things, but I'll admit I never knew exactly why. There are many of them, Louis, not just those two.
Mother, have you any proof to support it?
Yo.
Of course, but you do too. You had
Was I right?
everything laid out in front of you. Didn't you notice anything?
Yes, in fact, I just did a whole dissertation on what I thought it was. And you're telling me that I'm right now? Man, I feel like a boy on Christmas. Because I'm usually not right. But I could still be wrong, so let me not get a big head. You had everything laid out in front of you. Did you notice anything? Yes. Uh-oh.
I went beyond the Nightmare Mother.
You understood the Masonic date.
1191.
Of course! It was during that siege that the demon took possession of Sir Mortimer. They spent a whole night in conversation until the early hours of the morning. Mortimer had passed the test. He had charmed the demon, and so it chose him to be its host for centuries to come. But tell me, did you find his secret study?
I did indeed.
Did you see his maps of the world?
He has contacts the world over.
Yes, I've been developing the Golden Order across the world for many years, and I've never seen anyone with such influence. It's simply inhuman.
Don't you call me inhuman. That's not very nice of you. You know how hard it was trying to build up my self-esteem, and then you're gonna call me something like that? I don't agree. Property deeds, the conference. No one knows him.
You mean the conference?
How can you explain that someone manages to bring together so many important figures without anyone knowing?
And without any security or personnel. Well, those property deeds across the world, all signed by the same hand, and over several centuries.
I am proud of you, Louis.
I found your notes, written in lemon juice.
Where all eyes size you up. At one stage, I was so afraid of losing my mind that I noted everything down. Congratulations, Louis. Wait, please tell me you didn't open Pandora's box.
The urn? No, I didn't. Why?
Good. We'll deal with it later.
I must admit, I found it difficult to understand how and why Mortimer didn't have a place in history.
On the continent, Mortimer and Holm are mere dandies who organize society balls. History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
Okay, I think I talked about everything.
Louis, I am proud of you. You came all this way. You found me. You have surpassed me.
You taught me everything I know. Right. How did it all begin?
I saw him.
What do you mean you saw him?
I was 20 years old. I was young and carefree. I traveled the world in search of adventure. In the Persian Gulf, we came across an ancient grimoire that became unlocked. Composed of 7 parts, each one was a book in itself, set in a sort of metal armor that structured the whole thing. When all the volumes were brought together, they formed a single book. On my return to Paris, I set to studying these pages. I spent all my days and nights studying them.
Oh, I can imagine you doing that.
But the writing was in a language I had never seen before, developed well before Sumerian, in my opinion. So I got the idea to form a small occult circle composed of all the major names in the occult world to see if anyone else could crack it.
And you found no one.
And I found someone, Louis. I found him, or rather he found me. He was young, charismatic, he was flamboyant.
Okay. Alright.
You mean Mortimer?
He was a veritable mine of knowledge. I showed him the book, and he was able to decipher a few passages. We spent several months together studying the pages.
Is he my dad? You better not run this shit until he's my pop. I swear to God.
He helped me understand certain passages until I realized that he only translated a few parts for me. But I had aroused his interest. It was too late.
How so?
I mean to say he manipulated me. He used me, and in the end, he stole the book with all its secrets.
Did he ever go to your place?
Not once. At least I don't think so. But before disappearing, he proposed a pact between us. He proposed that I follow him and let him teach me, allow him to bring me up.
And you refused, of course.
Why, naturally, Louis. You don't make deals with the devil. After that, I spent my whole life looking for him. 3 years later, in Berlin, I just missed him. In London, I lost 6 members of the order in a chase. In 1741, in Tunisia, I found a sect of fanatics who had crossed paths with him once. 1741, in Poland. 1749, in India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis. For the moment, that is not the key issue here. Once we found the Al-Azif in Paris, I followed von Borchart's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw him as he was. But he had no intention of letting me leave. We are all his pawns, Louis, and if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives turning round in circles here, we must absolutely get off this island. All right, can we move on?
Wait a minute. One last thing.
One last thing. Sorry, I was looking at my fucking phone. Alright. Did you negotiate with Al-Azif and Werner? Why the cannons for Bonaparte? What happened with Emma? And what's happening with Elizabeth? I kind of want to know what happened with Elizabeth, so I'm going to go with that one.
I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
Bitch, you better tell me what I want to know.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I want to know.
She was one of the receptacles for these monsters. I met her parents when she was born. One of the demons got inside her. The demon used her to spy on her father, John Adams. He is one of the founding fathers and vice president of the United States, you know.
Mortimer possessed her?
No, I don't think it was Mortimer. Her father, John Adams, hired me to tend to her, but the evil in her was too deep. In spite of the various treatments I tried on her, I never succeeded in getting it out of her. It's not something I'm proud of, Louis, but I had to try everything.
Shit, just always looking in the fucking camera.
I want to know what happened between you and Emily's sister.
Great responsibility often brings difficult choices, Louis. That's all you need to know.
Alright, yeah.
Alright, but you're not getting away with it so lightly. Once we get back to Paris, be sure I won't be letting it go.
We'll see in Paris then.
Montpellier. Was the cannons?
What was going on with the cannons in Tuscany?
It was nothing.
Since when does the Order finance wars?
The cannons for that Bonaparte fellow? Listen, once in the lion's den, I did whatever I could to appear legitimate. So yes, I pretended to be interested in Mortimer's project about a young military man who was seeking funding for a foundry in Tuscany. Between you and me, if buying China would have enabled me to escape, I would have signed without hesitation.
What did you negotiate about the Al-Azif with Volner?
Absolutely nothing. I managed to pull the wool over his eyes until I found a way to flee.
Others. Piaggi's letter.
On the evening of my arrival, Cardinal Piaggi came looking for you. He was determined to give you a letter.
More of his lists. Louis, I think I know what's in that letter, and I beseech you to believe that it is the least of our worries. We can sort that out later.
Are you going to tell me what happened to your hand?
Better than that. I shall show you.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis. They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves. And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He wants the United States to occupy all the North American territory. France should recover Louisiana and give it to the United States. In that case, the Americans would just have to push west to chase the Spanish from the continent once and for all.
And as Mortimer controls Washington, you may just as well say that it will put him at the head of a world superpower. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans. But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
Okay, so I was...
Are you going to tell me why we're here?
I was kind of right, but I was also wrong.
There. That's why we are here.
I guess I could have guessed a little bit better. Oh, that looks like a cool ass little shield. Or is that safe? What is that supposed to be? I could have been a witness to his resolution. I could have spoken with Piaggi. I could have learned something about Al-Azif. I could have gone Jacques first. Gets it better. Ew. I left traces behind. That's not good. We level 10, bitch. I have 4 points available. Alright, my occultism. So since we know we're working against demons, do we level up our occultism even more? Maybe not. Maybe not. Because I still got to talk to other people, right? Now I got 2 points. Diversion. Alright, I'm cool with that. I'm chilling with that shit. Double game.
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think we're even capable of doing it. You're going to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's inside?
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 5 objects before we try anything.
Are the 5 objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, The nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
Excuse me?
Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea, but it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Perfect. Where is it?
Unfortunately, I've lost it. When I lost my hand, I went dashing out, and it must have fallen from my pocket.
Remember, Mother. I'm certain you can remember.
Let me think.
You were running.
I was bleeding to death.
You remember the pain.
I thought I was going to faint. Yes, I remember. I don't think it can be far, can it?
Would you have lost it outside?
No, I don't think so. It must be in the area. I don't remember going up with it.
Perfect. I'll search the crypt before leaving. Some nails?
Don't ask me. I'm not the one who made the mechanism, you know. When I arrived, there were already a few of them inserted, so I didn't have to worry about those. On the other hand, I remember seeing some in Mortimer's secret study, behind his nightmare.
And a golden cup? Yes. Yes, I saw them too.
Perfect. It will be easy for you to find them then. You need 3 of them.
Very well.
You remember what to do about the rollers. 1191 to enter, and 6466 to exit.
Of course.
Yo, am I gonna have to write this shit down?
Exegesis. Anything else?
Did you manage to vanquish the Medusa?
To open the chimney? Yes, absolutely.
So you've already come across it. It's the Bible of Judas that is exposed in the secret room behind the chimney.
Why do they call it an exegesis?
Because that's what it is, and not an apocryphal Bible, strictly speaking. It's the study of a text with a summary, not an actual Bible. Anyway, well done for the Gorgon. You did well. You didn't get tricked by the light bouncing back.
Thanks. Do you think I can take it safely?
We haven't got a choice, Louis. Without it, we won't be able to work out this cursed mechanism. One last thing before you go. Be very careful. If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Horn. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Wait, not all of them though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them, for crying out loud. How do you explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them, to participate in a conference during which the guests start dropping like flies. Me, Adams, Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island? Do you find that normal? You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go. Time is against us.
And remember, the code to get out of the secret office is 6466.
Okay, so I didn't really retain any of that information she gave to me. That was a lot. Yep, head scratch. Okay. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna end the part here. Pretty interesting so far. I was almost right. And then, right as I was in the grips of being right, it was ripped away from me by them adding another layer of complexity that I wasn't expecting. But it's okay. We'll just continue on the next time. So, with that yawn being said, and without any further ado, you know I bid you adieu. Until next time, you dig. Stay searching. Bye.